Hi guys, our Tets here. Welcome back to my channel. I feel like such a badass news presenter when I say that. Anyways, so few days ago, I was gisting with a friend. She's trying to make an informed decision whether she should relocate with her kids or with her family rather, right? So she called me. She was like, well, you have a first-hand experience. Now it's not like you went on vacation. You are here now. Let me know, what is the real cost of moving your family to another country? You know, people always shout, oh, there is so much bills. Oh, you pay these. The bills are not ending. You keep paying. You hustle to pay bills. And the truth is, no matter where you are paying bills. Even in Nigeria, we are paying bills. The difference might just be that, oh, some of the bills you need to pay, you must have paid upfront. Let's take, for example, water. The government is not giving you water in Nigeria. You either get your borehole, you get it filtered, you know, those parts of the bill, you do it yourself. And most of the time, most of these bills, like water filtration, before you do it again, is another 2 or 3 years, you know, just to, know what you're using. So I had to tell her the truth. The real cost of moving country is not the initial bill you pay. It's not your flight ticket. It's not your processing fee and all. It's the cost you pay here after moving. Call it the after service cost. So I broke it down for her, and I told her the truth is, the main cost, the main bill, the base you pay in this country is your house. It's your rent. Or if you've stayed for a while, it's the mortgage, right? Especially if you didn't put in enough down payment for your mortgage. So I had to break it down for her. She has like a large family like me, right? A family of 6, 4 kids, and she and her husband. So I had to break it down for her. I said the very first bill you will pay, and this will be tough for you because back home you weren't renting, and even if you are renting, I mean, rent a very good house in Nigeria, in Port Harcourt where I was, you will get a good duplex for at least 3.5 million, which you pay yearly, right? That 3.5 million is few dollars shy of what you pay here monthly. So that was the first breakdown I gave her. I say for a family of 6, and she has some gender dynamics, right? They need minimum 3-room house. So you're paying nothing less than 2,200. It depends on the province where you are. I had to give her that breakdown. And after paying your rent, mind you are paying monthly, and the way the landlords collect their money here, you have to pay the first month and the last month, because usually the contract is for a year. So you're paying like 3 rents. Then you also pay what we call a caution fee. So imagine how that can be a lot. Imagine your rent is like 2,000. You pay 2,000 for the month you are starting. You pay 2,000 for the last month. Then you still pay caution fee. That's almost 5,000-6,000 that you are putting down at once. Do the exchange. That's over 5 million naira, right? Then you will also need to get an insurance for the rent, or for the tenancy. We call it, I think, tenancy insurance. I'm not sure now. You have to pay, but that is not much. Like, I think ours was about, I'm not sure now, annually less than 100. I'm not sure. I might need to check my documents, but it's less than 100 annually. I broke that one down for her. I now told her the second one you will get, the second bill you are going to be paying is transportation. In my case, it's a bit easier because some of the kids are older. They can take the public transport. But imagine you have younger kids like she does. I think her eldest is 12. They cannot take public transport. Even if they have to, she might need to take them to, like, let's say they're taking the school bus or something. She will need to take them to the bus station to, board. She will still need to get them back. So I told her, see, you will need to get a car. You cannot avoid it. You will need a car, because let's say you are going to church, you are juggling 4 kids, you people have to walk out to the bus station, you are juggling them to jump bus, you are spending a long time, a journey of 15 minutes will take you nothing less than 45 minutes to get there. I told her, to make life easier for you, you will need a car, especially for the province she's coming to, or she wants to come to rather. you will need a car to navigate. It will make life easier for you. It will make running errands easier for you. You don't want to go grocery shopping and you are juggling about 4 bags, jumping bus or booking. Let's say you don't want to jump bus. Imagine the amount you are spending on Uber every day. The least distance here is about $20, $25, right? I know a 20 minutes distance is about $30. So imagine, calculate that every day, you know. So when you get your car, you're not just getting a car, you will get your insurance. It's not Nigeria where don't worry, I'll do one badu insurance. You pay 5,000 to one mushroom person. They give you paper to cover for, you know, police to check and all that. Here, you will get insurance. I told her, me, what I did to save myself the stress of having a lot of bills to pay monthly is to pay off that insurance annually. And I got, if you watch my previous video, I got some documents to bring my premium down. I think the insurance we pay for one affordable car is not even like a luxury car. I think it's almost 2,000 plus for the year. So I told her that was what I did. I paid it off. So it's not accumulated to the monthly bills I have to pay. That one, I'm done with that headache till like next year, you know. You have to pay. Then you have to put in the fact that you have to buy gas. That is fuel. You have to fuel the car. I think for our car, a Toyota Sienna, I think I've not really sat down to check what we use in a month, but I know that when we fill the tank, which takes about $75-$80, it lasts us a week plus. I think I need to really take my time to, you know what we spend. At least now we have like a routine where we go, what we do and all that. So you have to put that into effect, that you will need to be buying gas. Then you also need to service the car. You will do oil change, and oil change is not cheap. In fact, recently I got a cheaper place and I'm so happy. Previously, you will do oil change they have like a way they calculate it. You will need to pay maybe every month or 6 weeks. I'm not sure now. I think the least one is $65 to do an oil change. Then if your car is faulty, it's not like Nigeria, you call a mecca, you go to Ikoku or you go to Odo in Lagos, you quickly call your mechanic, you buy the part, you come and fix in your house. It's not like that here. You have to drive, you have to take it to the garage and they will charge you. Yesterday alone, in fact, oh my God, God saved me. I don't know what happened. I don't know how the oil in the car got dry. In fact, thank God that engine didn't knock. I just carried it straight to the garage and the guy looked at it and said, oh my God, you're so lucky. I said, Sha, I'm not paying too much. He said, no, let's see what we can do. He put treatment, he put oil. Guess how much? $75 gone, just like that. I'm even lucky it wasn't much, you know. So you have to put that into effect, that you service your car, you do all those small things. Then if you have older kids, or although in her case she doesn't have, but in my case I have older kids who use the public transportation, right? So you have to buy the what's it called, the transit pass for them. So I have 3 now using transit passes, and we are so lucky. If you watch my previous video again, I told you how I got a fare entry card, or a fare entry what's it called again, a fare entry program, where you have subsidized things for things like this. So with that transit pass, instead of paying over $80 for each of them, we are paying, I think, 40, 45, 55, I'm not sure, but like half of the price I'm supposed to pay. So if you're coming and you have bigger kids, put this into effect, that you will get transit pass. It's easier for you, you know, because sometimes if you're working, or if you stay working, you might not have time to like go drop them in school. So, and this gives them their independence. They can be on their own, they can go wherever they want to go, you know, although you have to monitor them. So that's it for transport. And another thing, the bills never end. Did I even mention parking? You have to pay for parking tickets, and this is one of the reasons I don't like going downtown, because when you go downtown, you have to start struggling, where do I park? Then when you finally get a space, you have to pay to park your car. Put this into effect when you are coming, so that you know the things you are going to be doing. And the next one is on utilities. So for some people, they get an apartment that bundles up the apartment, the rental price, and the utility price together. If you have a smaller family, this works best for you, because you just give a one-off payment every month. You don't have to start bothering, okay, which company am I going to use, which one gives me cheaper, So when it comes to utility, you have your electricity, you have your water treatment, you have your garbage and recycling, things like that. So in our case, we are quite, will I say, lucky, because we are staying in the house and we have someone in the basement, right? So we share the utility bill. I pay 60 and she pays 40, which makes it a bit easier for us. So imagine if we are paying the whole 100. So I have to tell her, you have to look at these things when renting. This helps you, it saves you a lot of money. The second biggest basic after rent is food. You spend tons of money on food, especially if you're someone that wants to feed your kids right, you want to make sure they're eating healthy, you will spend money on food. And the funny part, if you really want to be health conscious, you see organic things are way more expensive than the normal ones. But you have to find a balance to these things, right? When I moved here, one of the culture shock I got was the prices of grocery. It's crazy, seriously. I was complaining of the price of things in Nigeria, and that is like I left frying pan and jumped into frying pan with oil. It's expensive, right? You have to, what I do these days is I keep checking all the stores. Some, when they do their sales, like you can get some fruits on sales, not that they're bad, maybe like they just need to take it off, or is a lot, you get them on sale, and that really helps. So I told her, be ready to spend on grocery. Yes, you will. So what people do if they have space is to like buy in bulk and share with friends. That way the money comes down a bit, and you will think this thing doesn't work, but when you add it up, it saves you lots of money. And another thing is to prep ahead. For me, I had to make a menu so that I know this is what we are doing, this is what we are buying. You don't have to like buy extravagantly, and at the end of the day, you don't get to use those things. The next bill is the school. You know how they tell you, oh, schools in Canada is free, that's for the public schools. But the truth is, there is no free thing in Freetown, because when you are coming, you have to decide the schools you want your child to go. There are the public schools, the Catholic ones, then there are the traditional learning centers. These are the schools that follow like the traditional programs, and they still wear uniforms. So you have to decide, do you want your child to wear uniforms and do homeworks, or you want them to go to the public schools that go to school in muftis and they don't really do homework, except like you have extra lessons for them at home. So you have to decide on this, right? Then there are lots of miscellaneous. You have to pay some programs in school, you have to do some fundraisers. The schools try to put some things in place to raise money for one thing or the other. You cannot escape these bills, so you have to put this into equation when planning to move. The next bill is communication, talking. In Nigeria, we don't really when it comes to your phones, your SIM cards, you can choose your SIM card, which is the same thing here. But when you choose your SIM card, I don't think SIM card is more than 2,000 these days. I think at a point it was 150 naira. But over here, you have to, really look and find which network works best for you. In our case, the first one I did was Rogers, and after a month I have to port another one, which is the Telos, and I have to get for the bigger kids. But if you have younger kids, you wouldn't pay as much as us that have bigger kids, because of course they don't have phones to start with. So in my case, we are paying like we are paying phone bills for 5 people, and we are paying the internet bill. So where I drew the line is to like get extra, what's it called, to band it together with the TV. Most of the networks, they offer you like a combo for watching TV, all the stations and all. I said, well, I do not want any TV. So what we use for entertainment is Netflix and Prime Video, because I registered as a Prime on Amazon, right? So you have to put this into effects. The last bill is what I call the self-care bill, right? You want to go to gym to keep fit, you want to make your hair, you want to buy your toiletries, you want to make the kids' hair, you want to make your nails, you want to just look good, which is very important because you are not in this life to just hustle and hustle and hustle. You also need to take care of the vessel, you also need to take care of the body you are using to work. So in our case, I really thought about it hard. Okay, what's the worst that can happen? And the first thing I did was to put the kids on locks. I had to start using their hair to learn, and that has saved us tons of money because here to make hair, I think the cheapest you will get to braid hair is like $100. So imagine if I'm braiding hair for 4 kids, that's 400 every at least 6 weeks. I don't have that kind of money, at least not yet. So, but with locks now, I do lock their hair, I do the retime myself, and it saves me time because what I do is every 6 weeks I bring out a weekend, I do their hair, and that will take them to another 6 weeks. And the good part is because it's locks, you don't get that frumpy, not looking good looks that locks or that braids or old braids have. So you have to check what works for you. Is either you go and learn how to make hair to save on hair, especially if you have girls, or you lock the kids hair, which I did, and I must tell you, it is a lifesaver. Another thing is the gym. In our case, we are like having fun currently till next year because, as I said earlier, I got on the fair entry program, which slashes the gym prices for us. Currently, we are paying about I think about $55 for I and the kids. So you can imagine, unlike compared to, I think on a normal bill, I should be paying almost 200 for the 6 of us, but we're just paying $55 currently. So if you're in Calgary, please get on this fair entry program. It will save you a whole lot of money in your first year, pending when you stabilize and of course you start working and these things doesn't like, it's no more a big deal. You can easily pay out of your pocket. So these are some of the bills you should expect if you are moving, and that is the true cost of Japa. It's not your flight money, it's not your processing fee, it's not your, it's that money you pay every month. It's no different in Nigeria, but in Nigeria we've made it easier for us that some of these things we pay upfront or we pay off. You don't have to, it's not like a recurring bill. I hope this helps. I hope this helps you make informed decision if you are moving here. And if you're here and you have information that will help the newcomers or even help me, I'm a newcomer, right? Please do share with us in the comment section. Do you have ways you save money on groceries? Do you have ways you save money on your self-care? Someone that does your lashes, someone that does your hair. So do you have, things like that? Please do share in the comment section, and I will see you in my next video.